Tak zde spali, dámy a pánové, vítejte u dalšího dílu ze hry Dnes online a pokračujeme tady v Ríči, v městě Markhart, a já se teda podívám za prvý, jaký jsou dnešní endeavory a týdenní endeavory. Co se dá koupit, to mě to nezajímá, jinak mám nový mikrofon, půjčený, a myslím si, že ten zvuk by mohl být o něco lepší než z toho ramenního, který jsem používal předtím, tady z toho. Ten je teď odstavený. Takže co tady máme? Zabij rostlinní tvory, vytěž 8 zdrojů ze světa, 2 etapy v nekonečném archivu. To ty asi řešit nebudu, ty etapy. Ale určitě by se mohl něco sežrat, nějaký rostlinný zdroje, tvory zabít. Zdroje ze světa taky. A týdenní jsou, navštívte homeplayery, to je úplně easy. Tak, teďko, tady už mám nějaký rozjetý úkol, koukám, mám tu denní a hlavní a jinak nic, takže koukám, hlavní úkol mi táhne sem, tady si rovnou můžu vzít knížku. To znamená, že teď potřebuji jakým způsobem zjistit, kde je tady vejšrajna, k té vejšrajně se nějak dostat. A nejbližší by bylo asi, já to vezmu přes tuhletu vejšrajnu. Přece jenom chci taky něco cestou natěžit. Přijde nějak docela slumený. Nevím, jestli slyšet dobře ta hra. Nazdar, Xbenaku, zdravím. Zkouším teďko půjčený mikrofon a taky dělám úkoly tady v Ríči. A když jsem teďko online, nechceš to skočit do toho, kam jsi to chtěl jít? Ty jsi chtěl jít do Klagornu? Nebo můžeme zajít něco na denní endeavory? Jinak jsem asi u prvního nebo dokonce druhého úkolu. Ne, furt jsem u prvního úkolu tady v Ríči. Takže se chystáš taky do Ríče? V nejbližší možný příležitosti.
These hills belong to the Reach folk, Rover. Turn around and go back the way you came, or I'll have your nose for a trophy. Witch rebels, huh? That's just a label applied by the oppressors, don't you think? Look, we have enough trouble with those Greyhost bastards and Carrick soldiers. We don't need a curious outsider blundering around and getting in our way too. You're a hunter, truly. Sounds more like Carrick and his keep witch getting up to more mischief. You want to befriend the witch rebels? Then prove it. The Greyhost has set up stockpiles nearby. Find out what they're storing, and then we'll talk. The stockpiles were spotted to the east and south. If you can find out what the Greyhost is using them for, then we'll owe you a favor. And true Reach folk never renege on a favor. If I knew for certain, there'd be no need to have you go and take a look, would there? Probably supplies for their army. Though what vampires and werewolves need is anyone's guess. Ritual items, things for their harrowcraft. That's what I expect.
Jo, ty si hraješ se psem teďko, tak to jo. To je hezký. Ty jsi udělal první 3 daily questy. Na to bych měl taky zapracovat. Zatím mám akorát zadaný, ale jak jedu teďko tu hlavní linku a chci to vlastně udělat úplně kompletně celý, tak jsem ještě ty daily úkoly tady nedělal.
Aye. Harrowcraft is what we call the rituals we've seen the Grey Host perform when they summon those cursed storms. Then you know the Grey Host has recruited Ice Reach witches to conjure up their storms. They use fetishes and alchemical mixtures in the rituals, so it makes sense they need a place to store those components. Are you daft, outsider? Do I look like a witch to you? A true witch has power, hears the spirits, knows the old words, commands animals, things like that. Some use their power to help. Others use it to kill. Ice Reach witches are particularly evil.
Taky mám dovolenou. Sice jsem to rozvídal až dneska, ale nemusím na noční, takže paráda. Tak to by se mohli něco dát společně, ale.
Well, you'll probably have to fight them again. They stalk these hills like old ghosts. They're allied with the Grey Host now, don't you know? Greedy hags, the lot of them. I respect their strength, but their hearts are all twisted inside. There may be a peace of sorts inside Markheart, but out here we're outnumbered and fighting for our lives. Nothing unusual on that. We won't let the Grey Host disarray our land, and we won't let Canuck give it away just to avoid a little blood.
Takže můžeš celý den pařit rýč. Já jsem si původně myslel, že tady ta oblast bude tak na jeden den. Že to bude rychlý, jak je to vlastně jenom DLCčko ke Skyrimu. Ale když jsem to rozjížděl, tak už jsem věděl, že to za jedno jetí nedám, protože jsem si na to dal fakt asi jenom hodinu. Tak, ještě se mrknu, jak se na tom s Azandarem. Je už jenom skoro level a kousíček a bude hotovej. Já si podívám, jestli náhodou mám nějaký svitek na zkušenosti u sebe. Mám. Taky s ním nějaký to jídlo, koukám, že to je taky v Endeavorech. No, Reach je vlastně poslední jakoby DLCčkový, jakoby oblast v rozšíření, který ještě nemám vůbec splněnou. A jinak bych měl mít vlastně celou mapu hotovou. Samozřejmě kromě těch posledních, kromě toho posledního Westworldu. To ještě nemám ani zpřístupněný přes ESO+. Potom teda ještě samozřejmě ta úplně základní, ty základní lokace, ta vanila, jak se tomu říká. Ale to mám vždycky hotový s jinou postavou. Jsem si právě říkal, že až budu mít hotový vlastně ten Reach, tak potom půjdu do Glenumbry a udělám Glenumbru, to jsem vlastně začínal, tam mám už první 2 úkoly dokonce hotový. A že pojedu vlastně tu vanilu, než se mi zase zpřístupní další oblast. No a nejhorší je, že teďko, jak je vlastně už venku teplo, tak toho času na hraní moc není, no. Věřím, že potom, až bude zase zima na podzim, takže tady budu daleko častějš. Ale zatím mi to vychází jenom, když mi prostě nějaká akce vypadne. Jinak mám půjčený mikrofon, tady ten novej, tak nevím, jestli to je znát, jestli ta kvalita zvuku je lepší. Tak, šedý relikviář a ještě kam mě to vede, ještě sem dolů a tam je dokonce... Tak to musel někdo teď aktivovat. Dobrý, tak první kořen je dole, to jsem nečekal, že půjde takhle rychle. Nebo oni jsou tamhle u toho. Tak ještě jeden. Jinak nevím, jak se to stalo, nějakým updatem asi. Mizely ty čísla, které byly vždycky nad těma hitama, co dávám. že vlastně nevím, kolik toho dávám, ale vlastně mi to ani moc nevadí. Tak jo, tak až budeš online, nebo tak se rovnou můžeme domluvit, kdyby jsme tam zašli. Jak říkám, mám teď poměrně dost času, zítra chci jenom odvést nějaký starý kompy do garáže, který jsem před chviličkou testoval. A jinak jenom něco postahovat, ale v zásadě mám čas až do neděle prakticky. Jejda. Takže se můžeme domluvit a spáchat ten klagorn klidně. Tak a ještě jeden level na Azandarovi a začnu hrát s kočičákem. Tak, to jsem se teda podívat, jak mi to vede zpátky. Jo, teď mi to vede ještě dál. Schromažďovací kruh. Ale v lokalizaci. A stejně se podívám, jestli to najdu nějak, v čem by to mohlo být. To by mohlo být ve hře. Kinematika nohou, co to sakra je? Aha, tak jo, tak zítra, klidně, hele. V kolik hodin tak budeš ready? A neříkej, že hned po půlnoci. To už budu asi vytuhlej, ale klidně někdy od rána už můžu. Ty bláho, to mi prozradí, kde se zapínají ty data. To nebude ve jmenovkách, ne? No jasně. Deset 30. Někam si to chci napsat, ale nikam tu, no, tady mám. Tak jo, mám to tady napsaný, abych to měl na očích. Počítám s tím. Tady je to. Tak schválně. Jo. Už tam zase mám čísla, jsem spokojený. Dobře, tak klidně můžeš streamovat, já streamovat nepotřebuju vlastně zítra dopoledne, takže úplně easy. Dolů mi to táhne, jo.
This one take me. Come, Harrier. Give me your measure. Tayfern told me about you, Harrier. You wanted to talk? Well, here I am. What will it be? A battle? I haven't turned anyone into a goat recently, but I'm willing to try if you so much as raise your weapon. Why does everyone insist on calling us that? Tayfern, remind me to come up with a better name when time permits. As for later, well, I guide this gathering of rich folk if that's what you're asking. But what about you? Why are you here? Of course she is. She's a vampire after all. We tried to slay her twice without much luck. Quick as a spooked hare, that one, and twice as cautious. We'll have her fangs soon enough, though. You can read? What else does that sheet of paper say? The leader? Now that's a worthy bit of news. Bones and birds guide us well, but there's no replacing a cunning hunter. Go to the barrow, Harrier. Listen in on their meeting. Find out what Belaine and her master are up to, and I'll hear you out. The spirits will see you safely to Valthum, Harrier. After that, I suggest stealth and a strong blade. Overthrow Markarth? What in Namira's name would I do with all that dead stone? No, my purpose is clear. I need to help our people by shaking Kadok out of his dream. If that doesn't work, I'll split his skull and let it spill out on its own. Kadok's dream of being king. Oh, he has a true heart. In better times, he's a fine leader. But we face a lean season. We're hungry. But instead of filling the larder, he dreams of a golden crown. His foolish pride has brought this upon our people. Not yet. Not until all the beasts of the woods howl his name. And every day he heeds Belaine is another day he proves me right. The Grey Host has dark plans for Markarth. Kadok's stubbornness will get everyone in that city killed. I am, and a fine one at that. What? Never met a witch before, Harrier? I'm sure. We're not all like the blood-sucking Belaine, or my misguided sisters from Icereach, though. Some of us aren't over-enthusiastic malcontents with a penchant for violence and destruction. Not all the time, anyway. Daedra? Ah, the spirits. The old ones. Yes, I've heard them called that. The world is full of whispers, for those with the patience to hear. Most them bloods are just too busy begging pardons from dead gods to pay attention. Pity. Daedra, spirits, crows, it's all the same. Where you see evil gods, we see teachers. Cruel ones, for certain. But that's the world, right? A stone will kill you if it strikes your head, but lifting the same stone makes us strong. What's to tell? I'm a proud woman of their age, a daughter of wind, sweat, and the rich soil. As for my brothers and sisters, they're good rich folk, every last one of them. They mind the spirits and love the land. The real question is, who are you? A fine name, I suppose, for an outsider. But what's in your heart? Most them bloods come to the rage wheezing under the weight of their purses and writ laws. You, though, I smell the blood of the rich in you. Not much, but maybe it's enough. Aye, free blood. That's what the rich is. Freedom. In the rich, we do as we please. Only way to stop us is to kill us. Then we don't die easy. Same goes for you, I'd say.
O, 12krát, jo. A tohto jo. A jaký lid vlastně si scháněl v Cold Harboru? Tam jsem asi nic nedropoval nikdy, myslím teda. Součást na vlka, to je ten mount, ty víš, kterýho myslím, toho trpasličího. To je z nějakých 12 lidů, myslím, složený. Jo, tak to je ono, no, tak to jsem vlastně nikdy pořádně ani neskoušel. Jsem šel většinou po těch oranžových itemech. Ale 12krát je dost, teda. To je jako, to je pech jak svině. Takže kudy? Tady to bude jiný patro, takže...
Your plan proceeds. Haddock hangs on my every word, and soon Reach folk will fill Markarth like a larder.
Excellent. With Markarth prepared, we need only claim the Arcs and Keystone.
I'll make inquiries. Just remember our arrangement. Like you, I hate to be disappointed.
You there, in the shadows. You can't hide from the Ashen Lord. Follow me, if you dare.
Anomálie prázdného krystalu. Co je anomálie prázdného krystalu? To je nějaký memento.
There's fire in your veins, I'll give you that. Very well. You may speak to me. You, the thorn that caused me no small amount of irritation and solitude. You thought yourself so clever, so stealthy, spying on me from the shadows. But the darkness answers to me. Why have you come to this forsaken barrow? You stand before Rada al-Saran and seek to understand his purpose. Better a torchbog try to comprehend the secrets of alchemy, or a mud crab the intricacies of necromancy. These events began millennia before your birth. They concern you not at all. Who is this we you speak of? Certainly not the Reach folk. No, there is someone else. I see them. Lurking in your thoughts. An ally, almost as ancient as I am. They're desperate to forestall the coming night. Tell me, who is this person? And I don't have to resist the urge to rip out your throat and gorge on your blood. But we are civilized beings, exchanging pleasantries in this humble setting. Perhaps we can come to some sort of arrangement. A tip for a tap, as it were. I propose a simple arrangement. A truth for a truth. Ask a question. I will answer honestly, then I will ask a question in turn. There, excellent. Then by all means, ask your first question.
Luk není špatný. Tam na luku je jeden skill, který ti rovnou hodí buffy, který ti zvyšují damage. Tím je dobrý začínat, ale to mám na Grutovi na PvP postavení nějak takhle postavený, jinak. Mám luk docela rád, já teda mám ten luk z Malastrom arény, takže mi přidává ještě na jeden skill. Ti pak ukážu. Teď si dobře připravit otázku, na kterou se ptám. Tak asi proč chceš dobít rýč? Nebo jakou roli hraje Lady? Tak jakou roli hraje Lady Belain?
Lady Belain is an ally of convenience. Her interests and my design are selfish and predictably narrow. Do you seek to supplant her in Cadoc's court? I recommend against that, for it will not go well for you. A threat implies only the possibility of punishment. I do not threaten. Belain has Cadoc's ear. If he takes your side, she kills him and chaos descends on Markarth. If he stands by Belain, you will be executed. Neither outcome benefits you. Others? Who? Reach folk? The witch Arana? Your mysterious ally? I am unconcerned. Now, for my question. This ally that hides behind your eyes, does he seek to protect the world by going against his own kind?
Já ten prolog jel, tyjo, ale třeba několik měsíců předtím, než jsem ten rýč rozjel, takže už jsem si taky nepamatoval všechny niance, ale jo.
I propose a simple arrangement.
Tak dobrý, nemusím mu odpovídat. Teď mě to táhne už zase zpátky do města, koukám. Škoda, že v tom městě není žádná ta housing. On tam je housing, ale ten bude stát hrozný prachy, podle mě. Já se portnu za prachy. Pak uvidím. Jo, a taky skočím pro něco k pití. Takže hned jsme zpátky. Jsem se chtěl podívat do toho baráku, ale ten bude podle mě zbytečně velký a díky tomu zbytečně drahý, ale na to portování tady by se mi asi tyko hodil mít nějaký barák. On se ani nedá koupit.
Markarth's skies are quiet. Been busy, have you? Finally, someone strong enough to do what's required. Do you?
Jo, tak já jsem měl zadaný špatný quest.
Welcome back, my friend. Tell me what you learned. Your arrival is fortuitous, as I have only just returned myself. Were you able to make contact with the rebels? Did you meet with Arana? I sensed some deception, but her illusion is powerful. How else did she hide her nature from me? As for Arana, do you think we can convince her and her rebels to join our cause? Spoke to Rodda. Did he? No matter. If Rodda al-Siran is here, our time grows short. Talk to Kadek. If he deems what you tell him worthy, maybe he'll finally be willing to work with me, and we can figure out how to deal with the Grey Host. It was only a matter of time before Rodda and I crossed paths again. I just didn't think it would be this soon. Rodda al-Siran and I, we have a complicated history. There was a time when Rodda and I stood united in purpose, to preserve the lives and welfare of vampires. Then, as now, our kin suffered under Molag Bol's curse, and the cruelty of mortal hunters. Not exactly. At least, not all at once. When I first met Rodda, he was immensely proud, but utterly consumed by his failures. He tried to find relief in bloodshed and battle, but he was truly lost. I did my best to help him. Yes, his bloodlust gave way to introspection, and introspection led to study. He was already a peerless scholar. All Onse were, but he became fascinated with vampire texts. Eventually, he found a new purpose.
Ahoj, ahoj, zdravím. Zdravíčko.
Vampiric salvation. To accomplish this, he needed to break Molag Bol's hold over us and stop mortals from hunting us. I counseled peace with mortals, and for a while he agreed. But things changed, and I left the Grey Host. I thought he died with them. I sought to make the world a better place. I thought the Grey Council could help, but when it became the Grey Host, I formed the Raven Watch as an atonement for things I failed to do, friends I failed to save, from mortals and from themselves.
Sentry boat for St. Word. The Grey Host is... I'll hear no more of this. Go! I want to talk to the outsider. The outsider returns? But are you a true warrior? Or a parasite like these damned leeches? Did you do as Lady Boleyn asked? Did you deal with Arana? Tell me you have her head in your pack. I've got a pike on the walls waiting to be decorated. That's not what you are asked to look into. Still, it confirms my own suspicions about my own keep witch. Don't look so surprised. I'm not half as stupid as people think, Rover. Allow. I can count on 3 fingers the number of people I allow in Understone Keep. The rest, they come and go as they please. Let me tell you about the Ember Dance. It's a ceremony we perform here in the Reach. Have you ever heard of it? we grab a handful of hot coals and dance on a bit of straw. Ah, these coals burn, Rover, right to the bone. But if you drop even one, the straw lights, and the flames take all of you to Molik Ball. Do you see? Belane's a hot coal. So I grip her tight. I'm going to sharpen my sword. And wait. If you and the noble plan to fight the Grey Host, I won't stop you. But remember, Markarth is more than dwarven stones and high walls. It's strength. Make Orana understand that. That's how you can help. Still begging! I should have the tongue ripped from your head and... God damn it, Rover. A favor for a favor, aye. That's the Reach way. All right, tell the noble. Our Carrick will see him whenever he's ready. You think I'm foolish to keep Lady Belane close, don't you? It takes a bit of foolishness to rule this place, don't you know? You tell this high elf of yours. I'll see him if he wants. Because I'm the Ard of Markarth, and she refuses to heed my commands. Look, every Reach warrior who dies fighting Orana's private war against the Grey Host makes all of us weaker. We need her strength, now, more than ever. Markarth's the safest place right now. No matter how well Orana and her rebels know the hills. The vampires and the werewolves sniff them out. If she keeps getting my best fighters killed, I swear I'll hang her from the city walls by her own guts. That's a title given to me by outsiders. I use it to frighten the neighbors and keep away the riffraff. I'm the Ard of Markarth. Leovic, the last Longhouse Emperor, was my cousin. I inherited the throne by blood. Had to keep it by blood, too. You ask more questions than my third wife. Leovic's clan. My clan squabbled over the scraps after Varan murdered my cousin. Pretty soon, they came to take my city. So I bound their ankles and tossed them all to the rocks, head first. All that were left, aye, and the word is executed, not murdered. An Ard offers food, freedom, and protection with his right hand. With his left, he promises cruelty and punishment. Those that covet the right, get the left. Simple as that. No, that story's far worse. And no, I won't be telling it this day. We made a deal. We gather in the city and leave them free to find whatever bit of dwarven nonsense brought them to the Reach in the first place. Of course, Lady Belane brokered that peace, so now I suppose our bargain is suspect. The city walls are still our strongest play, Rover. Like headstones, they mark the thousands of enemies who died, trying to breach Markarth's defenses. We'll bide our time and wait for the Grey Host to show their true intentions. Then I'll act.
Je Reachmanem? No. Já bych typoval, že je, no. Nebo respektive teď mi pověděl, že se tady vlastně jakoby narodil, že jsem to pochopil správně, že vlastně pokud zídl ten trůn tady v Reachi.
I've been watching, but Lady Belaine hasn't returned to Understone Keep yet. I wonder how the Ard plans to deal with her. Speaking of Ard Kadok, will he meet with me now? Will he help us stop Rada al-Saron and the Grey Host? Well, that's some progress at least, and farther than I was able to get on my own. Thank you. I'll talk to Kadok, then I'd like to make contact with Arana. We'll need the rebels' help and more if we're going to defeat the Grey Host. Your investigations uncovered that Ard Kadok's advisor, Lady Belaine, is working with the Grey Host, and that she's a vampire. To hide that from me takes great power. Tell me exactly what you heard during Rada al-Saron's conversation with her. With your warning, Ard Kadok can decide what to do with Lady Belaine's advice in the future. As to why they care that Reach folk gather within the city, I'll need to think about that. Did you hear anything else of significance during their exchange? Rodder tried to use dwarven devices once, but nothing came of it. Interesting. As I told the city, I met Nolavan. He works with dwarven scrap in the southeast section of Markarth. Maybe he can lead us to this keystone before Lady Belaine acquires it. Despite occupying the ruins of their lost civilization, few Reach folk want anything to do with dwarven devices. That's why Nolavan intrigued me. While you deal with him, I'll seek out Arana's rebels. If I can't find them, they will surely notice me. And so I shall, briefly. Kadok has a city full of Reach folk to deal with, so I don't want to unduly distract him. Then I need to locate Arana. If we can get the rebels to work with us against the Grey Host, we'll have more than a fighting chance.
Tak, do Nolavova šrotového domu, ale tady koukám ještě nějaký úkol někde. Nahoře. Zkusím si pro něj dojít.
Without Lady Belaine. Wonder if she's finally fallen out of favor with the Ard.
You there? You match the description I was given. I have a message for you from Lyris Titanborn. The Titanborn wanted me to find you and tell you she was on her way, but she had something she had to look into first. She said that if you weren't incredibly busy, she could use your help. Mentioned that you had an uncanny knack for solving problems. All I know is she found something at the Reachwind ritual site. It really got her companion excited. They stayed behind and sent me on ahead to deliver the message, which I have done. Now to see if a Nord can buy some mead around here. I need to report in to Jarl Svanna and the rest of the contingent from Western Skyrim. After I quench my thirst. The road we traveled was long and dusty. Remember, the Reachwind ritual site. That's where you'll find Lyris Titanborn. Yes, along with a contingent of Skyrim dignitaries. She figured it was the least she could do since the Grey Host attacked both our realms. Offer help the way Eastern Skyrim aided Solitude.
Ty vole. Já se tady udusím.
Normal. I'm not sure what that is anymore. But if you're asking how we're faring, distribution of the elixir continues, and they found a way to counter Harrow. And except for a few disorganized bands, the Grey Host is on the run. He's a big red guard, but he looks puny next to Titanborn. Short bones, though doesn't everybody? They say he's some kind of sword master. Or was it a dragon guard? I'm not sure. It's hard to remember anything other than his beard. It's impressive.
Jo, tak to tuším, kdo jde Sliris. Jo, Skyrim, ten byl dobrý, no. Vlastně jediný, co mi přišlo asi nejslabší tady z těch rozšíření, tak byla Murkmie. Nejvíc mě teda asi bavil ten Blackwood. Ten byl jako hodně zajímavý. A ono tak každá ta oblast má něco do sebe. Takže to chce, abych šel sem a hlavní úkol chce, abych šel zpátky do města. Tak já jsem si ještě neobešel celé město. Tam je pěkný ten příběh, kterým jde, že poznáš ty Argoriany, jako tu jejich kulturu, ale jinak ten samotný. Jak říkám, no, všechno má něco do sebe. Každá ta oblast. A zrovna Murkmy, to jsem asi, tyjo, jo, dělal jsem ji určitě úzkým překladem. To jo, protože vím, bajvokovo, co tam šlo. Tak. Šrotový dům je zde.
Aye, you're an outsider. I guess when the Ard made us put up those scratching sequel signs, it really worked. Attracted you right to my business. Unfortunately, we're closed right now. Come back later, and bring your gold. Artsan. Sounds dwarven. I guess that's why you came to see me. No one in Markarth knows more about the deep folk and their scrap than old Nolavan. Now, keystones. That's another matter. Could refer to a wedge that supports an arch, maybe? Well, that is the other kind. You might be able to find one in Batharzel. I could sell you a map to the place, but it won't be cheap. Or if you do a simple job for me, I'll give you the map as payment. Quick work that would help me a great deal. Aye, more than cover it. Here's your map. Leads right to Batharzel, I guarantee it. You might need to do a little searching to find the entrance, but that map will get you close. Now, please, I have so much work to do before I can open the shop.
Hey you, Verandis has need of you. Verandis said he sent you to talk to the scrap dealer, and here you are. Good to see you, by the way. Anyway, Verandis needs to talk to you. Right away, he said. So let's go. He did. Here, let me mark a location on your map. That's Rebel's Retreat, what Arana and her people call their camp in the foothills. Verandis wants you to meet him there. You should move quickly. Verandis has a way with words, but he's still a verbose high elf vampire noble from High Rock, any and all of which can get you killed in the Reach. Funny you should mention that. Oh, he went out into the foothills all right, But before Verandis could find them, the rebels found him. Seems to be working out, at least for the moment.
Ty Nimic bastiony jsem taky nedával, vůbec. Já jsem ani nepochopil nějaký ty principy, které se tam dělají. Jo. Souhlasím, pěkná upírka.
What's to tell? It's a Reach folk camp in the foothills. Probably the main base for the rebels, but I'm just guessing. I was with Verandis when the rebels surrounded us. I wanted to fight, but the Count held me back. That's when Arana appeared. Hang on, let me think. The camp's set up inside an old Nord ruin. It's surprisingly sturdy for something that was abandoned a long time ago. The rebels seem to be running low on supplies. Food, weapons, armor. Well, her and Verandis did most of the talking. I'm not sure I trust the witch, but I trust Verandis. He says she's a friend. That's good enough for me.
To tamhle vidím dá se další bouři.
Arana. Here comes my associate now.
Aye, that one I know. Very well, Verandis. I'll speak to them. I see Verandis' word is good. He said I could treat with you, and here you are. The Count tells me that Lady Belaine and the Grey Host leader, Rada El Saran, seek some powerful relic. The Arcthazand Keystone. Is that correct? Let me see your map. Yes, I know that name. But dwarven mischief riddles the bones of the Reach. It could be anywhere. My mother called this place the Hissing Maze. Said it's full of mechanical monsters that guard a trove of silver. 3 marks. 3 places to search. All right. I'll help you in Verandis, but not before the spirits bless our alliance. I want you to undertake a ritual. If the spirits favor you, we'll face the Grey Host together. Positive thoughts, Harrier. Positive thoughts. Participate in the ritual. Then we will see what we will see. Without the blessings of the spirits, it would be unseemly for this alliance to go forward. The ritual begins with the preparation. Gather a briarheart seed, a hagraven's eye, and a handful of bright river shale. Check to the east, west, and south. Whenever different clans come together in a common purpose, we seek the blessings of the spirits to confirm we're doing the right thing. We will ask the Hunter to bind our hearts. If he sees strength in you, we will clasp arms and band together. Need a map for that too, do ya? Like I said, the ritual begins with the preparation. We need 3 things. A briar heart seed, some bright river shale, and a hagraven's eye. They grow in the hills to the south. Just remember your gloves. The briar's thorns are sharper than Dagon's razor. Check north and west, along the riverbank. Spirits prowl the area, so proceed with caution. Fairies and spriggans and such. I'd put them to sleep for you, but that would be cheating. In a hagraven's head, of course. Or from a jar. They remove their own eyes to use in rituals, too. There's a coven to the east of here. Nothing but a flock of toad-licking root hoarders, stealing all the best herbs. Namira take the lot of them. You want to know about old Elkai, the wolf charmer, the lord of the hunt. You probably know him as Hirsine. We can call on your gods too if you prefer. Care to wager who answers first? We'll hear from one of Hirsine's pups at least. Or get a hint from a fox spirit or a bloody stag. You're not refusing the ritual, are you? Well, I don't know you all that well, but when it comes to the knack for calling spirits, I think I've got you beat. And I've still got all my fingers and toes, see? Trust me. Or don't. But either way, do as I ask and gather the ritual components. Many, but not all. We have enclaves throughout these hills, but these aren't my warriors, Harrier. For now, aye. But these warriors take no oaths, swear no fealty. They serve their clan, the rich, and the courage painted on their hearts. No one and nothing else. They'll wander back into the hills to fight their own battles, old and new. These troubles with the Grey Host have torn clans to pieces. Set sons against fathers, chiefs against wise women. It'll take seasons to stitch the rich back together. No, they're not. Let's talk about something else, all right? You want to know about old Elkai, the wolf charmer, the lord of the hunt. You probably know him as Hirsine. We can call on your gods.
Já nevím, kudy dál, teda kudy kam nejdřív. Pořád ti to nechce spadnout? Ale já vím, že jsem taky něco hrozně dlouho scháněl. A fakt jakože nechutně dlouho, třeba týden jsem tam chodil v kuse. Ale další bouře. Tak já jsem přišel asi pozdě na bouři. Ne, je tady. No, ale já už mám 2. Nevím, jak tady máš otevřený vyšrajny. Ale klidně se můžeš přidat. Jsem tu, anebo ti můžu pomoct s tím bossem, jestli jsem to pochopil, tak ty seš někde u bosse. Takže oko mám. Ale šrajna je tamhle. Tak. Jo, rozumím. Dobrá, tak se potom zastav, nebo potom hoď echo, můžeme jít spolu v tom reachi. Když už tady jsme, nebo když už tu budeme oba.
The Harrier returns, swift as a crow on the wing. I have prepared the ritual fire. Did you bring the components I requested? Well done, Harrier. Now, once we undertake this ritual, we will be bound by blood and spirit. It's a union stronger than stone and more eternal than the stars. Are you ready for such a commitment? Good. So am I. Let's hope the spirits feel the same way. Place the components in the fire and stand back. No matter what you see or hear, stand your ground and think about our alliance. Keep that purpose in your mind. Understand? Heed our call, Hunt King. Two great packs seek the same full moon. Make them one, bound by common prey. Let Rich and Raven drink the same dark blood. How your blessing, mighty Hircine. Send aside and guide our hunt. Look, Hircine paints our quarry in smoke and stars. Our pact has been blessed, Harrier. The ritual was a success. Our union has been blessed by Hircine himself. I'm not certain what the spirits showed us, but I'll figure it out eventually. I always do. Are you ready to search for the keystone now, Harrier? I think I know where to begin. Aye, Harrier. We're bound together now. And how else will you find anything in those forsaken depths? I think the skytail we saw in the fire, the snake, will point the way. Once I figure out how it connects to all this, that is. That's what we call the shapes in the stars. Constellations is your word, I think. Some of my sisters can read the stars the way you read a book. See the future, learn the truth in every twinkle. I don't have the knack. It's fire and bones for me. We made a pact, and Hircine blessed it. He put us on the scent, and I plan to track it to the end. Besides, without someone who knows the Reach, the map's useless. You know what monsters hate? Silver. according to the stories. The Tharzel is full of it. I need to speak to Tayfern before I set out. Go on, Harrier. I'll find you on the trail. So the legends say. A treasure trove of the pure metal. Enough to arm my warriors with weapons to slay every vampire and werewolf that marches with the Grey Host. And your keystone too, with any luck. No, but rich folk don't make a habit of poking around in the deep places of the world. The Hells are dangerous enough. Still, the Tharzel's legend tells of silver and other wondrous treasures. Wouldn't surprise me to find your keystone there. We'll find something, that's for certain. In the Reach, treasure can mean all sorts of things. A plump cave bear is a treasure to a hungry clan. But as for silver, you won't find a better metal for killing vampires and werewolves. It means what it means. We're tied to each other now. What happens to one, happens to both. Thin bloods make alliances with ink and parchment. We do it with fire, and oath, and spirit signs. I think you can guess which practice is stronger. Then they'd better lace their foot coverings tight, because they'll find no pace in the wild. Every wolf, hawk, and red-eyed stag heeds the Hunt King's call. You see? Rich alliances have teeth. Your Ravenwatch friends better not forget that. Something to do with stars, I expect. How that might lead us to the entrance to a dwarven ruin, I've no idea. I think better out there among the rocks and trees, though. We'll see what we see and sort it along the way.
Mě to vede na sever, jo. Tady mám ale úkol taky na jihu. Ale já půjdu asi po tom hlavním. Zatím se budu držet po tom hlavním úkolu, to mi dovede k vejšraní a tady je spousta bodů, který si můžu objevit. Počkat, tady chci přebrodit řeku. Jo, inventář ještě dobrý.
Look, Harrier, a plaque. Let's examine it. That's a sky tail. We call it the hunter, but I think you would refer to it as the thief.
Ne. Ještě kombat? Po kom jdeš, Azandare? Tak teď už snad bude v pohodě všechno.
Outsider. You approach Fialin, apprentice shaman of the Crow-Eye clan. That cursed storm may have disrupted our wards, but make no mistake. This is still Reachland, defended by brave Reach folk. We will not give up without a fight. It was horrible. I've never seen anything like it. A roiling mass of black and crimson. It exploded right above Carthwaston. When it hit my village, people changed. They turned feral. Ancestors guide me, but I don't know what to do. Wards blessed by the spirits that protect our village. The wards stopped the worst of the storm, but they must be restored. I tried to reach them, but the wilderness has become too dangerous. I prayed for help. Did the spirits send you to aid me? Meet me in Carthwaston so I can introduce you to my master, Shaman Ulvok. He can explain the restoration process better than I. Besides, we need his blessing for you to aid me. The spirits sent you. They answered my prayers, I'm sure of it. As an outsider, you may not understand. The wards are dedicated to the most revered spirits of our clan. In exchange for offerings, they provide blessings. Unfortunately, the storm disrupted the wards. The shaman sent me to restore them, but... no, not with the feral villagers prowling the wilderness. I couldn't even get close to any of the wards. Shaman Ulvok can tell you more about what we need to do. I'm only an apprentice. He explains things much better than I do. One moment the sky was clear. The next, it was unnatural. Swirling darkness, lightning. And it did things. Some of our people became mindless husks, but others turned into monsters. There's nothing left of them inside those creatures. Harrow fiends. What a horrible yet fitting name. You know these things. Then you truly are the answer to my prayers. What else can you tell me about Harrow storms? The Grey Host? We've heard of these invaders, but so far they've left our village alone. Until now, I guess. I won't pretend to understand the whole of it. But this affront to the Reach and its people, there will be a reckoning.
Mm-hmm.
These plaques are as old as these hills, Harrier. Take a look. That's the Witch in the Stars, or the Mage, as you call it.
Tak a mě by zajímalo, co tady musím udělat pro to, aby mi to na mapě zbylalo. Jo, já se musím pomodlit, aha. A už je to bílý, super, tak ještě oko. Vůbec nevím kudy k tomu oku. No, zase nějaký bod tady je. A tady je, chtěl jsem říct, že úkol. A ono to byla trpasličí koule. Jo, no, pas tam dostanu. Už to ani nestihl dopsat.
We think the dwarves placed these plaques, but no one really knows. See what that one says. That depicts the sky tail of the headsman. I think your people called it the warrior. I knew it would come to me, eventually. The ritual, the plaques, the map. It finally makes some sense now. You missed it too. What a pair we make. What did Hircine show us? He revealed the snake, which I thought was just a substitute for our prey. But the sky tails on the plaques, the witch, the headsman, and the hunter, they're the Rach Guardians. Look at your map. See how the marks form the shape of the snake in the stars? And see how one mark is missing? If I place it here, we see the snake in its entirety. That's where we need to go. As for the Rach Guardians, well, we'll see. Storytellers say the dwarves knew the stars better than anyone. Strange passion for people who lived underground, eh? Anyway, let's get to this final location. The snake in the stars is the corruptor, the enemy. If permitted, it would consume the lesser stars without hesitation. Luckily, the guardians, the headsman, the witch, and the hunter, stand strong and defend the lesser stars. The witch shines her light on covens that protect the rich from outsiders and others who mean to do rich folk harm. Her good eye sees through everything, rock, water and flesh, to find the hard truths. And when she speaks, she never lies. He carries an axe, doesn't he? The headsman stands for swift ends and payment in kind. He delivers justice and punishment in equal measure. The hunter is the wiliest of the sky tales, clever as an old fox and swift as a young one. She watches the snake in the stars, finding it no matter where it slithers. She teaches us to keep our feet quiet and our keels as silent as the night.
Tak, výborně, vyšrena, objevená. A teďko ještě se podívám tady na... kovářská stanice. No, vydal. To je docela slušnej. Slušnej set. Ale proč mi na to? Jo, já musím až sem. Zbytek ve městě.
Aye, this must be the spot. Just look at all this dwarf craft. The entrance to Batharsel must be around here somewhere. Always a trick with dwarves, though. Look at these pillars. More sky tails. Turn those stones in the right order, and I think we'll find our door.
This looks promising.
Indeed. A dwarven lock of some kind, I suspect.
Takže. Je to něco, čeho bych se mohl chytit? Jo, to asi bude celkem snadný. Jo, tak já si ještě tady odemknu. Druhou jsem zahlídnul, jo, tady. Tak, a teď teda poslední zámek.
That did it! Wait. Something's not right. A darkness.
Arana, are you all right?
An ominous turn. Come, my friend. Let's talk. The door opened, but something happened to Arana. She mentioned something about a darkness. We should check on her, but we also need to determine that the keystone we seek is here. No, but she has a sensitivity that I do not possess. Most powerful witches do. Let's hope she recovers quickly. It is said that mechanical horrors guard the depths of Batharsel. No matter what, we must find the keystone. Mind the shadows and be on your guard. In addition to the mechanical traps and defenders, we know that Lady Belaine is also seeking the keystone. Lady Belaine has had more time to research the Arthzan keystone than we did. She may have already known about his location and the hidden door. Or she may have known a different way to get inside. Then again, she may be looking somewhere else entirely. I certainly hope not. Between the dwarven scrap dealer and Arana's ritual, everything seems to point to this location. I only mean that Lady Belaine may be operating off of a totally different set of suppositions. Dwarven keystones not only provide access to forbidden or otherwise sealed areas, they also tend to radiate ancient magic. The uses for such a relic are potentially limitless. I won't be able to determine more until I see the keystone itself.
Batharsel. No.
Wendus and I can cover more ground on our own. Let's find the keystone.
So this is Bethar's alley. Mind your feet, Harrier. Every bit of metal in here means to do you harm.
To bylo dobrý štít mi dává.
Chiefs who lived here. Chiefs of bond metal workers. Namira's blood. They put the heart out of the ground. It's an entire city under the earth. Hiding something worse. To something. I'll send crafters down to carve it out once we deal with the rest of these middle beasts.
Další podzemí, jo? Klíčová komnata teda.
Hear something wailing and scratching at the walls.
That must be the
There's darkness all around.
Verandis. So it's true. You are alive. Nevertheless, the keystone is mine.
I told you I saw him, skulking around Markarth. He's not as impressive as you led me to believe.
Enough delay. Take the keystone. My Verandis would give chase. This pathetic creature. I don't know what it will decide to do.
Radha, you must listen. There's still time to make things right. Radha? Radha!
Oh.
I don't hear any clanking behind us. I think we're clear. Curse that Lady Belaine. I thought if we could acquire the keystone, we could finally get the upper hand. I'm tired of snapping at the heels of the Grey Host. I want to go for the throat. Maybe, but you have to go alone from here, Harrier. There's a fork in the path, and we need to go our separate ways. At least for a while. There's something down here. A darkness. Like leeches in a pond, it takes little bites of my soul. I need to get back to the surface. I need to see the sky, feel the wind on my skin. I'll rally the warriors and start preparing for the fight to come. Protect your heart, Harrier. This darkness will eat at you too, if you let it. Keep an eye on Verandas, Harrier. Rada al-Saran was toying with him. He's got plans for your friend, I think. It's hard to explain. Most witchcraft is. Imagine a boulder. Heavy, solid, huge. Now imagine some grinning bastard lowering it onto your chest. Slowly at first, but it starts to crush you. Little by little, it becomes harder to breathe. Aye. It feels like a wet rag sliding down my throat, choking the life out of me. I'll manage. But you need to stay wary. All of you. Whatever it is, it's like a black pit at the center of a sour fruit. And I don't think it belongs in this world. Dwarf magic is hard to hold. It's so clean, all straight angles, no frayed edges. So unnatural is what it is. The keystone might open a door, but more than that, it's eager. It doesn't just want to open, it wants to activate something. I'll send crafters to gather some. We'll fashion it into weapons, arrow tips, coated blades. We have a few metalworkers in the clans. Use what's on hand to survive, same as always. Silver hurts the Grey Host, so we'll work with silver.
Super, takže už jsem v podzemí.
Wendis, think this through.
No, they slipped the noose once. That's not going to happen again.
My friend, I thought I could catch Rada and Lady Belaine. Convince him to... Anyway, I'm sorry I failed this. They acquired the keystone and escaped across the river, toward that dwarven structure in the distance. Unlike Gwendis, we can't rush off without a plan. Clear heads will win the day, mark my words. This contest is far from over. With a fresh trail to follow and new allies at our side, victory is closer than ever. And much of that is because of you. This must be Blackreach. I've read the legends, but I never thought it was real. Stories hardly do it justice. Perhaps one day I'll have an opportunity to explore it more fully. For now, we have work to do. Are you still with me, my friend? Ah, the keystone. What is it and how is it connected to that dwarven structure? Why are they so important to Rada and Lady Belaine? Perhaps they seek to harness some sort of dwarven sorcery? Well, regardless, we can't allow them to achieve their goal. Yes, but we need to proceed with caution. We don't know the purpose of the keystone, and we don't know what they plan to do with it. That said, we are not without our own talents. We can overcome any obstacles and find a way forward. We always do. I'll meet you across the river. Together we'll find a way to enter that ruin. Seeing Rada again, it reopened many old wounds. He wasn't always the villain. At least, I like to think he wasn't. Ah, fool's hope is a dangerous thing. Conflicted. I suppose you could say that. We were friends once, partners, in a great and noble undertaking. And then Rada changed. Maybe it was me. Now, who can say? He betrayed what we believed in, and then he died. Or at least, I thought he did. We have the ability to mask our condition from mortals, but it takes a powerful vampire indeed to hide from another one of our kind. As much as I hate to admit it, Belaine fooled me. I can tell you this, she's unlike any vampire I've met before. All vampires carry the stain of Molag Bal. It's the inescapable reality of our condition. But Lady Belaine, I sensed something else inside her. A vacant darkness. Still, if I can speak to Rada, perhaps we can settle this without bloodshed. Without a doubt. Rada's plans, whatever they are, will prove catastrophic to the mortal realm if allowed to proceed unchecked. I hope I can talk to him, appeal to his better half, and make him see reason. If not, I'll do whatever I must to end this. I was able to study the keystone, briefly, before Rada and Belaine snatched it away. It's a faceted stone bound by a metal band, obviously of dwarven design. I'm not a Dwemer expert, but the keystone, it could have 1,000 different uses. Now, it shares some similarities with Ayleid Welkin stones, but as far as I know, the Ayleids and dwarves had little to do with each other. That's puzzling. Magic stones often serve as power sources, as well as keys and even weapons. I reached that same conclusion, my friend. Let's get over there and find out, shall we? And if the opportunity presents itself, perhaps I can get Rada to see reason and abandon this destructive course he's set for the Grey Host. I'll meet you outside the ruins, my friend.
Na zřícení, tak počkej, ono je až takhle daleko, jo? OK, takže cestou tady mám ski shard, nějaký oko, jinak je tu pochodeň, tady je taky něco, mě vede ven. No, plán je jasný. Já můžu použít takhle ty anomálie k portu. To je zajímavý. Tak, kudy dál? Jasně. To se možná měl jinudy, ale to nevadí. Boss se dám příště, teď jdu po tom hlavním úkolu.
is where Rada and Lady Belaine entered the structure, but I can't find any way to open the doors. I suspect this may be why they needed the keystone.
$29 jich ještě máš udělat. Jo, na nějaký achievement předpokládám teda. To je docela hustý.
Good question. Let's look around. Not all of the ruin remains intact. Portions have crumbled over the ages. Perhaps we can find a path through the rubble. Just be cautious. I've seen both constructs and shadowy creatures prowling this ruin. The constructs are dwarven and expected. The shadows, some sort of beings made of inky darkness. Quite unsettling and potentially dangerous. Something unusual has taken hold of this place. Reach magic strikes me as wild and unpredictable. Arana clearly shares a strong connection with the ebb and flow of the spirits, though. She might have sensed these creatures, but I suspect something else caused her distress. The source of these shadow beings, these shades, I sense a corruption, a void. The longer I'm close to it, the more I suspect it may be the very thing that drew Rada and Lady Belaine here in the first place. Stay alert, my friend. I wish I could say for certain. I've done precious little reading on dwarven ruins. I do seem to recall the name Arkzand being connected to a university, a library. This place does have a sort of academic look to it, don't you think? I've seen nothing dwarven in their manner or appearance. Dwarves were meticulous scholars. Their constructs, their architecture, everything was precise and controlled. These shades are like wild animals. Whatever spawned them may not be dwarven at all. That door is clearly blocked. That strange energy. Wait, is there something on the floor? That parchment appears relatively fresh and intact. What does it say? The Library of Arkzand. Interesting. I assume a dwarven library houses more than simply books. Anything else of pertinence written there? A dark relic. That sounds ominous. And quite likely related to the darkness that Arana sensed, and I now feel as well. That could be the source of these shades. Anything else? Void portals, a dark relic resonating power, and strange shades. We can't let any of this fall into Rada and Lady Belaine's hands. Let's see what we can find on the other side of this structure.
new researcher.
Such destruction. And not the slow decay of time. Something terrible happened here. Strange-looking shard. Another note and a strange shard. What do you think, my friend? Interesting. The shards remind me of something torn from the darkest corner of oblivion. As unsettling as that object is, I think we should hold on to it, especially if we can use it to navigate the void portals. I suggest you try to use a shard to propel yourself through one of the void portals. The risks are significant, but if we can turn these strange pockets of energy to our advantage, we have to attempt it. Done, my friend. Above you. Try to make a connection with that portal. This is impressive. This place. I had no idea. I knew the dwarves created some magnificent structures, but this is amazing. And look, more of those void portals in the higher portions of this. The only word that comes to mind is cathedral. Until we find the source, I can only speculate. We need to locate it, learn more about this energy, and determine the true nature of these shades. If Radha and Lady Belaine can harness this dark energy, I hate to imagine what they could accomplish. The longer I spend in close proximity, the more I pick up from the shades. I sense fragmented thoughts and raw emotion.
Tak to gratuluju.
Rage and unbridled pain. Perhaps exploring the library will yield some answers.
Tak to je paráda, když se to takhle povedlo. Takže já budu končit, protože si potřebuji udělat něco k večeři a najíst se, páč mám už docela hlad. My jsme domluvení, že zítra v 10:30 se potkáme v Tamrielu a něco spácháme. Tak jo, měj se krásně, všichni ostatní taky a budu se těšit zase příště.